mute your mic. All right, this is the morning we would be beginning landlord-tenant matters here in a bit, but we've got an unscheduled matter. Mr. Justin Michael Aiken is here. File number 222036 alleges no insurance under the insurance code. File 222037 ST alleges driving suspended first offense and improper plate. Those are alleged to have occurred on October 18th of last year. Also, the case is file 2240 SM, alleges no insurance and driving suspended on January 1st of 2023. Mr. Aiken is here. This matter was set for jury trial on Wednesday.
We're jumping right in. Mr. Aiken is in serious trouble. He's facing several charges and skipped his court date. Now, he's standing directly in front of a judge who doesn't look pleased. The mood in the courtroom is already tense.
May 24th. Deborah Davis is here with us from the prosecuting attorney's office. She had been managing these cases, but she was obligated to try another case in the circuit court on Wednesday, very important case. And Casey Johnson was assigned then to handle this case, and he was here Wednesday, ready to proceed. We had prepared the jury instructions. We had 30 jurors here, and we were prepared to go to jury trial on the October 18th case. In your case, you had steadfastly maintained your lack of responsibility. I won't say innocence, but and expressly indicated you did not want to have an attorney to represent you, and you also steadfastly remained in your request for a jury trial. And we were here. We had 30 jurors who all took the day off, and we were prepared, and you didn't show up. And so I issued.
This is serious. The judge had 30 jurors ready to go, people who took time off work to be there. But the defendant just didn't show up. This isn't like skipping a dentist appointment. This was a full jury trial he requested, then completely ignored. You can tell the judge is doing his best to stay composed, but the frustration is obvious.
And I said on the live stream that if anybody knows Mr. Aiken, have him come turn himself in. And that was Wednesday, and here it is Friday morning, and here you are. Mr. Aiken, what's your position here?
Well, Your Honor, I'd like to apologize to you and everybody that was here for the trial. And I got scared that day, and I apologize to everybody for not being here. And if we could work, some kind of financial plan, something of that sort, or...
It's tempting to feel a bit of sympathy. Aiken admits he was scared, and that's a real emotion. But fear doesn't undo the consequences. 30 jurors were called in, all paid with public funds. Being afraid might help explain his actions, but it doesn't make them right.
Or is there some...
Before you make that decision, the offer of allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code in each of those, which is the offense that doesn't carry points on your license, so it wouldn't prevent you from getting your license once you pay off your cold water ticket and probably a reinstatement fee to the Secretary of State. If you pled to account in each of the files, we would dismiss the remainder.
All right, that was the original offer, and she bent over backwards to make it. So let me repeat what it is. You're charged with two separate incidents, one in October of 22 and one in January of 23. Driving suspended and having no insurance. No insurance is punishable by up to a year in jail. It carries a minimum fine of $200, a maximum fine of $500. It requires you to be fingerprinted, and It doesn't have a restriction. The driving suspended charge requires that your license be suspended. It carries 2 points, fine of up to $500 and up to 93 days in jail. The prosecutor is agreeing to dismiss all of that, plus the plate violation, for 2 pleas to allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code. Allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code is sort of a legal fiction. The other that it is allowing to violate the code is yourself. But it carries no points. It doesn't get abstracted to your driver's license and won't affect your ability to keep or maintain.
Let's stop for a moment. He's being offered a very fair deal. No points on his license, no insurance problems. The judge is essentially telling him, take this and move forward. And it seems like Akin finally understands. It took a while, but maybe there's still time to turn things around.
Anybody threaten you?
No, sir.
Do you understand that if you do plead to these charges, you'll be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury?
Yes, I agree.
If you had a trial, you would have the right to be represented by an attorney. All you got to do is ask me, but you've been adamant throughout that you did not want to have an attorney to represent you. If you had a trial, you'd have a right to have any of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court so that you could be questioned under oath. You would have the right to take the witness stand yourself and testify, but you don't have to because you have a right not to testify. And if you did not wish to testify, the judge or jury could not hold your silence against you. And you have the right to be presumed innocent if and until the state was able to prove your guilt.
The judge is being careful, walking Akin through exactly what he's giving up. It's a strong reminder. Your rights stay with you unless you choose to give them up. Akin, who once said no to having a lawyer, is now pleading on his own and taking that risk himself.
You're driving a car in Constantine on October 18th of 2022.
I was driving.
Traveling. Well, did you not have insurance on the vehicle at that time?
I did not. I just purchased that vehicle within a week during that time.
He calmly admits he didn't have insurance. No emotion, just the truth. But it's a moment that highlights how small choices can snowball. Driving without insurance might seem minor, but it can quickly lead to legal trouble, big fines, possible jail time, and a very public mess.
I also find that you're in contempt of court for failing to appear for your jury trial on Wednesday. You have some misinformed, misguided notion that the laws of the state of Michigan don't apply to you. People refer to this as sovereign citizen, but that isn't what it is. There's no sovereign in it. I call it willingly misinformed defendants. There's no sovereign about it. And you wasted a whole bunch of our time, the prosecutor's time, filed a bunch of documents that didn't mean anything. You were always respectful, but she made this very generous plea offer several times, but you wanted to represent yourself. You wanted to have a jury trial.
Now comes the emotional peak. The judge has had enough, and he's letting it be known. And honestly, he's not wrong. You can't ask for a jury trial and then just not show up. Akin didn't just waste the court's time. He pulled dozens of innocent people into the mess with him.
232036. You had been respectful, but that's disrespectful to me, to the prosecutor, and to all those private citizens that came in here because of your whimsical, and I don't even know if they were sincere beliefs. Whoever sold you on this foolishness is cynical. They don't even believe it. I don't know whether you believe it or you're just like messing with the system. But when you involve 30 or 35 of your common citizens who get dragged into this. It's no longer polite or respectful. And you could have had a trial. They would have been here. It would have taken Mr. Johnson about a half an hour to put in.
The judge doesn't just call Akin's actions foolish, he calls them cynical. And the harshest point? If Akin had been called as a juror, he probably wouldn't have shown up either. That's the hypocrisy. That's the disrespect. This isn't just about ignoring the court, it's about showing disregard for the entire community.
2405. So you'll $525 restitution for the cost of the jury. You got a sweet deal from Miss Davis.
And now he's paying the price. Literally. He's been ordered to pay over $500 in restitution. That's not just a small penalty, it's a clear message. Wasting the court's time comes with real consequences.
10 days on the driving charge. You weren't traveling, you were driving. You got 30 days for poking me in the eye with a sharp stick by not showing up for a jury. And you've got pending warrants from the state of Indiana and possibly others from Michigan. You're going to be in jail for a while, so I'm going to change that due date to August 1st, not July 1st. On both of those. All right, you can go to the court officer.
Thank you.
You could have made things a whole lot easier. You can have those envelopes, Frank. Thank you, Deborah.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You weren't traveling, you were driving. That one line shuts down the entire sovereign citizen argument. And now, with over 40 days in jail ahead and out-of-state warrants waiting, Akin's so-called legal freedom experiment is officially over.